Greetings, curious minds. Today, we're diving into a paradox that's as mind bending as it is relevant. And I'm talking about Jevons Paradox. And we're going to see how this old economic theory plays out in this brave new world of AI and education. So, whether you're ready or not, you might as well buckle up. So, let's rewind all the way back to the 1800s, where there was a gentleman named William Stanley Jevons, and he was an economist with a keen eye. And he noticed something really odd about coal. As steam engines guzzled less coal, thanks to better design, as technology often does, and we make improvements, he discovered that people actually weren't using less coal. So even though there was improvements in how we were utilizing coal, we weren't using less coal. We were actually using more. And welcome to Jevons Paradox. The idea that the more efficient we get at using something, the more of it we end up using. And this sounds backwards, right? I mean, it's a bit like having a more fuel efficient car. Maybe you have an electronic car now, or we can think about the improvement of the engine, and or maybe you've got a hybrid. The idea here that as even vehicles became more fuel efficient, we might just end up taking more road trips. And so as we think about fast forwarding then to today, leaving the 1800s of the days of coal and kind of progressing through the enhancements of the automobile, and we fast forward to today, Jevons paradox isn't just stuck in the coal age. It's everywhere, and it's more efficient tech often leads to more, not less use. And now in this world of AI, whether you enjoy talking about it or not, the idea is that it's here and AI is stepping into the spotlight, and it's transforming everything from how we shop to how we learn. And as we think about how we learn and we think about education and we think about in the classroom, AI is now kind of being touted as this new efficiency wizard that it can grade papers in a blink of an eye and tailor lessons to each student. But I think here's the real kicker. Could this efficiency wizardry lead us down a paradoxical path where maybe we lean too heavily on the AI helpers? I mean, imagine a world where AI does so much that deep thinking becomes a lost art and educators become more like AI supervisors. That's not the future we want, right? I don't think that's the case for a lot of us. And maybe for some of us, that's the true concern that we're trying to wrap our heads around. You know, the integration of AI in education, it aims to enhance learning with personalized paths, ways to quickly maybe do some lower level task work, managerial work. It allows us to gain quick feedback. I have talked about things that I think are optimistic about AI, so I'm not excluding myself from this conversation. However, the Jevons paradox cautions that AI may worsen educational challenges if not managed properly. Things that I see that kind of alarm me as we look at all the new shiny tech gadgets and tools coming out in the AI space, looking to capture school district dollars, that we're starting to see issues like ineffective teaching models and increased disparities taking shape between the haves and have nots. We're starting to see more digital worksheet versions of rote memorization. And we don't need that. What we need is a focus on sound instructional practices that for decades in the past have proven sometimes challenging to curate and put together. But maybe this is the place where AI can now aid in that creation process and get away from the low hanging fruit. And I think the key word in this whole series, not just this video, but in the videos to come, is that learning is about the process. And if nothing else, take away the idea that a focus on the process of learning instead of just a final product will allow you to create optimal learning conditions in this age of AI and whatever emerging tech arises and comes next. What we have is not an AI issue, but AI is resurfacing the fact that perhaps we need to lean into the sound teaching practices of inquiry, of process, of creation and constructivism and project-based learning and, authentic experiences that matter. AI is not here to solve all the problems. And for some of you, you feel like maybe it creates more. We've got an engagement problem. We've got a chronic absentee issue problem. How do we get back to real learning that matters for both students and the educators? And I do fear that out of this kind of world we're in trying to make sense of AI, that limited AI access could actually widen education gaps and shift the focus from some of those essential issues. So, let's aim for a future where AI and educators are partners in crime and not competitors, where technology serves us and not the other way around. I thank you for joining me on this paradoxical adventure. I would love to hear from you as we think about education and learning in society and this concept of Jevons Paradox and what it means for us. And if you've got thoughts and experience or a paradox of your own to share, drop it in the comments and reach out. And I look forward to expanding this playlist for further ideas as we start to think about what all of this means of emerging technology and the status of teaching and learning in the landscape of, really at the end of the day, whether we're in a school system or outside, how do we just become better humans? And so, in closing, my friends, I just want you to remember to stay awesome and to stay curious, stay critical, and to never stop learning. And, follow along and enjoy this journey as we continue to explore Jevons Paradox in the landscape of education. All right, my friends, as always, peace.